Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Brenda. Nice to meet you. And today in this video, I am showing you guys how I created this super soft glam. It is super easy, doesn't take a lot of work, doesn't take a lot of product, and it's super easy to recreate. It's not anything super difficult, and if you continue watching, you'll see exactly how I did it and how effortless it really is. So don't forget to like this video, give me a big thumbs up, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me. And just keep on watching if you'd like to see how I created this look. First, gonna start by pulling my hair back, getting it out of the way. Okay, and I already primed my face. I used my moisturizer and everything that I already needed, but I am gonna still go into set my face, or not set, but prep my face with the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist. I love this for both prep and set. So taking my mist, I'm going to spray. I use like a generous amount, and then take my fan and let that just soak into the skin. Going into foundation, I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation. This is the shade 1W1 Bone. I'm gonna place that on the back of my hand. And then using my finger. Okay, now taking my foundation sponge and pressing that into my skin, trying to make sure that it looks really blended. I'm not really going in for a ton of coverage, more just for color. And if it looks like I'm looking past you guys, it's because my mirror is right behind you. Always make sure to blend down your neck, just so that you don't have like that jawline of like where your foundation stops. Next, taking my concealer. This is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer in Custard. And I am just going to take this here and put a little bit here and a little bit at the end of my eye, inner corner, end of eye. And as you can see, I'm not being like too extra precise, just getting it on. Again, like I said, I'm not going for like the most high coverage, so I'm not looking to use a ton of product. I really just want like a wash of color with a little bit of coverage, like medium coverage, and that's really it. Soft glam. I'm not really looking to overdo it. I don't want to look like super full glam, you know? Now, taking my Laura Mercier translucent powder here, I'm going to dip my sponge into there. Look straight up, but make sure that you have no creasing. You don't want to set your crease in place, so make sure that's really blended out, and then look straight up and powder. Same thing on the side. Blend out your under eye, make sure there's no creasings because you don't want to set that, and then set your under eye. Now I'm gonna take a brush and take my hair off of it and then dipping into the cap where I have the rest of my product and just kind of dusting where I need to set the rest of my face. Center. I'm really focusing more on my T-zone where I tend to get the most oily. And that's really it. Well, I'm gonna move into the eyes now. So what I'm gonna do for this look, because it's so soft and natural, instead of using a ton of different eyeshadows, I'm just really going in with like 2 shades. So The first, well, I guess technically 3. So the shades that I'm using are actually my bronzers. And this one is the NARS Laguna, right? Yeah, Laguna. And then this one is the Milani Silky Matte in Suntan. If I can open it. So I first use this shade because it's a little bit warmer. As you can tell, I love it. And this one is a little bit cooler. So I'm going to first use this, go in with this, and then I'm using one more shade. So it's 3 shades total, and it's really just a mix of like warm to cooler browns. What you're going to need is something that has a straight edge. I have this like sample box from a mascara, the Dior Show mascara, and so I just use this edge here, and this edge is going to be your best friend. This is what we're using to create that shape on the edge. Keep it really crisp, really clean, and that's what's going to give this look a little bit more glam look, because it is so soft. If you weren't doing this, it would look so much softer, but this is going to take it a little bit more to the next level. Dipping into my bronzer, I'm gonna start by just softly putting a wash of color from inner to outer corner, laying the color down, not really looking for a ton of pigment right now, more just for a wash of color. And then you're gonna take a little bit more of that shadow, but then you're gonna place your cardboard, right? And you're going to, right on the edge where that whatever you're using is falling, really lay down the pigment and make sure that you blend it inward. So I'm placing the color here where my cardboard is, and then blending it in essentially. That's where the most pigment is gonna lay, and you see I pull away and you have more of like a defined line. That's a little bit too harsh for me, so I'm taking a paper towel and just wiping off the extra product from my brush, and I'm gonna go back in and just softly diffuse inwards towards the inner corner of my eye and blend that away so it's not so sharp. Now I am taking the next bronzer shade, and with a little bit of like a little more denser brush, still fluffy but not so fluffy, gonna go back in with my cardboard, right? Place it exactly where I placed it the first time, and I'm taking that shade and doing the exact same area that I just did with the first bronzer. So packing the product right on the edge and then softly blending it in. So just like this, right on the outer corner, lay down your product and then softly diffuse it in. You see how that looks so clean and precise? And then just taking my brush and diffusing it inward. And then once I have that precision, you can take your brush and pack more product more like on the lid, which is exactly what I'm gonna do now because I feel like I'm losing a little bit of pigment right on this outer corner. So I'm just gonna, on the lid, apply a little bit more of that shade. Not really touching this precision line that we got going on here. Now, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a cooler, ooh, got real close to the camera. A little bit of a cooler brown. I'm taking the Carly Bible and Anastasia palette, and I am taking the shade Bowie, which is this one right here. It's a little bit more of like a cooler, little bit richer, deeper brown, and taking a more dense brush. So gradually you're going cooler with your tones of shadow, and gradually you're going denser with your brushes, and again picking up your little whatever you want to call it and placing it right on that corner again as your guide, and placing the color. With this shade, I'm picking up a little bit more product and really just focusing it a little bit lower. As you can see, if I get really close, it's more just down here. I'm not really bringing it all the way up. So focusing this cooler color, oh my god, I can't speak today. Just a little bit further down and closer to just where your outer V would be. And softly diffusing that inwards in like flicking motions. I'm kind of taking the brush and just going like this. And then once you have that color on, again, you don't really need to hold that in place. You're just kind of flicking the color inward to blend. Like that. And I'm going to move on to the lower lash line and kind of in the same order that we laid down warm to cool brown. You're going to do the same thing on your lower lash line to your desired amount of product. Taking 2 different brushes. These are the 2 that I am using. One is a little bit fluffier, one is a little bit more dense, fluffy, dense. And so starting with the fluffier one, I'm going into the warmest bronzer, right? Tap off the excess, and I am going to lightly buff on the underneath of my eye, right against that waterline, and kind of blending it here into our edge. This is gonna help softly diffuse that edge, but without taking it away, because we still want it. We want precision, but we don't want it so like harsh like a knife, right? So blending, focusing majority of my product here. Now that the first warm tone is on, taking the cooler bronzer again, right underneath, same spot, with the same brush, and just packing that right into the waterline, or not waterline, lash line. You see, I can't speak today. And then with a little bit denser brush that I was showing you guys previously, I'm gonna go back into that Bowie color from the Anastasia palette and focus it right on the outer corner, just here, and really kind of blend that into your line here. Honest to God, this is it for shadow. That's it, done. From here, one thing you can do is add like a nude on your lid. For instance, I have this powder here. I'm gonna use this brush here. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish, which I love to use for like my under eyes. But I'm gonna take it, because I like to do this, and I'm gonna press into this just a little, and then right on the lid, just to brighten it up a little bit more. See the difference that makes? It's so subtle, but it's so big at the same time. Press that right just on that like first half of the eyelid, the inner eyelid, and it just brightens up your lid space a little bit more. So that is another option you have. Now quickly, because my camera is dying, because this camera sucks and I need to get a new one. Taking my bronzer, warming up the face, because we gotta get through this before my camera dies. That is the same NARS Laguna, and I'm just using it to warm up the cheeks because I'm looking like Casper the Friendly Ghost right now. And the forehead, just a bit. And taking it down here, help hide my double chin, because we've probably all, just like me, put on some quarantine pounds. Going back in to the cooler bronzer, and being a little bit more precise with my placement. I'm really just focusing it right here, kind of in a C around my cheeks. And I'm gonna take that on the temples, kind of blending it into my hair so that my scalp doesn't look so pale. I'm gonna use this to contour my nose. And the best part about this is that with taking your bronzer, because I'm using my bronzer as my eyeshadow, I am blending it right into the eyeshadow, and that just gives a more seamless blended look. Everything kind of just comes together. So contouring the nose. Now I am going to take my Charlotte Tilbury powder, wherever it is, and I am taking my sponge and I'm gonna dip right into my powder, and I'm gonna use this to kind of cut my cheek here, not literally. And just clean up this line here so it's a little bit more precise. And I'm gonna actually take that on my under eye just to brighten up this area here. I'm just going to very lightly dust away the product so you still have it in place, but there's no extra product. Wipe that away. Voila! This just finishes the face a little bit nicer, right? Taking my blush, and this is the Alamar Cosmetics complexion brush. I like to use it for bronzing, but I also like to use it for blush when I'm not being too precise. And smile, apples of the cheeks. This is my favorite. This is the, I didn't even say, Laura Geller, and this is the Baked Blush and Brighten in this shade, Tropicuse. This is my absolute favorite blush. I use this literally every single time I do my makeup. I love to take a little bit on my nose for that little bit of a sun kiss, and then I put a little bit on my forehead just to add some warmth again. A little bit on the chin, and that way I don't look like Casper anymore. From here, this is the completed face, but I do still need some mascara to open up my eyes. And you can also, for a little bit more dramatic effect, take an eyeliner, which I'll just do so that you guys can see. This is the Trestique mini eye pencil in black. I like this one. It's really precise, and I like to use it right on my lash line here, so I look straight up. Don't poke yourself in the eye, and just place it in your waterline. This makes your mascara look like falsies. And when you're using false lashes, it just helps make them look like they're your own. Now I'm taking my mascara. This is the Morphe Make It Big mascara. Okay, this is after 2 coats of mascara. Moment of silence, please, for the dramatic effect that this mascara right here gives to my eyes. So unfortunately my camera did die. So I finished the look, but I figured I'd just come right back and tell you guys exactly what I did to finish this look. So what I did was I took my mascara one and I did my bottom lashes. Finished it. By the way, bomb. How good is this mascara? Morphe, you did that shit. And then I went in with my Benefit 24-hour brow setter because my eyebrows are tinted, so I didn't really need to shape them. I just kind of used the brow gel. And then I took my Jaclyn Cosmetics and I went in with the first shade, my thing is so dirty, Glam, which is this one right here. And I highlighted on my cheekbone, on my brow bone, and on my inner corner. And then the most highly requested of all is my lip combo. So when I posted this picture, I got a lot of responses saying that they wanted to know exactly what I was wearing on my lips. And it is the, both from NYX. The lip liner is called Nude Truffle. And the gloss is the Butter Gloss in the shade Eclair. I don't know if you guys can see that. And yeah, this is the Truffle. Yeah, it's not focusing really. Whatever. Yeah, so that is my lip combo. And then I just set my face again with the Pixie Hydrating Mist. And voila, this is the final look. I hope all you babies enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you recreate this look, don't forget to tag me on Instagram. I'd love to share your guys' looks. So follow me on Instagram, and if you recreate this look, tag me in it. I'd love to see. And I'll see all you beautiful babies in my next video. Bye.